This is Brighton. Angle ball, seeking Barnes. It was enough to have Tom Lees caught in two minds. He took the safe option and scooped it behind to give Brighton the corner.
Well, communication. I think he probably knows there's a Brighton player behind him in Luar. He's got to deal with it. Safety first. Probably the right thing to do.
Calderon, free header into traffic and Barnes fires over.
Well, Leeds United, defensive frailties. Look at the movement from Calderon. Absolutely acres of space. You can't quite see who is supposed to be marking him, but the Leeds player gets absolutely nowhere near him. It's Danny Pugh, actually, supposed to be marking Calderon, and what a chance that is.
It's clever stuff. Just fired over the bar by Snodgrass. Creative and not too far off sensational.
Well, we spoke about the four talented wide players on display, didn't we? And this sums up what Robert Snodgrass is all about. A real threat, prepared to cut inside. And that there, Kasper Ankergren just stands. Watch the goalkeeper. He doesn't make any attempt, because if this ball's lower, I think it's past him.
Well, he'd have looked on from the other side as Ryan Giggs made a similar sort of run and similar sort of effort, but much more punishing for that third that killed off Leeds' hopes in the Carling Cup midweek. What a poor clearance that is by Ankergren. Straight to Keogh. Now McCormack. Snodgrass saw it blocked by Greer. Ashley Barnes won't get there. Lees will for Leeds. Keogh. Back to Snodgrass, who's starting to make his presence felt. There's the cutback. But McCormack had just overshot the runway. Excellent effort from Adam Clayton on the volley.
Took a deflection. We've got a corner for this, but Leeds slowly but surely cranking up the pressure on Brighton again. Snodgrass involved. Pulls it back into a decent area, but both the forward-thinking players had pulled to the far post. That's a decent effort from Clayton. Good technique to keep this ball down on the volley. And he gets a little nick, and they get the corner.
Now they've settled better than their hosts at the moment. Pugh, the new boy, on his second coming. Moon couldn't find a way past him. White, the fullback, breezes beyond Bridcut into a really good area. Cut back for Keogh. It's there to be hit, and hit it is exactly what Clayton does. Loose and in. Leeds United lead. Andy Keogh sweeps it home for his first goal this season.
Well, it's been coming, there's no question. The last 5 minutes, it's all been Leeds United. All been Leeds United, and Brighton, who so normally are very, very good defensively, are all at sea. And it's a great burst from White, and he pulls it back. And there's Keogh's first involvement. He lays it off, and he gets himself back involved. There's some good blocks in there, but he sniffs out the chance, Andy Keogh. He's in the right place at the right time. But A.D. White does ever so well. This is good defending, isn't it? It's Dunk that gets the block in. Leeds get a little bit of a lucky break. There's no doubt about it, with the way that ball deflects and lands at Andy Keogh's feet. But he keeps calm and he hits the target. That's his reward for hitting the target. And Leeds are ahead. And it'd been coming.
Always the willing worker, Andy Keogh. And now the Leeds goal scorer.
Well, they've had tough away games, haven't they? You look at them: Southampton away, West Ham away, Ipswich away, and now tonight Brighton away. All testing games.
Here's Noon. Early ball in, mackail-Smith.
Well, Darren O'Dea is staring at the assistant referee. He is certain that Craig mackail-Smith is offside, but I think the striker maybe just times his run to perfection, and he does. Look, he's played onside, and he's played onside by Darren O'Dea. And how close is Craig mackail-Smith? It's just always curling away from him, but he times his run to perfection, and he's inches away from getting on the end of that.
Well, Yorkshire opposition here on day one in the first game of the championship season at the Amex Stadium in the form of Doncaster. They took the lead, and it was only in the last quarter of an hour that Brighton were able to find a response. The man who scored both goals that afternoon, Will Buckley, picked up an injury, so he's not involved tonight. Had a lively first half against Liverpool. Here's McCormack! Oh yes! A top goal from Leeds' top scorer. It's 2-0.
Well, so much to admire about this from Ross McCormack. You're right, he is on fire. He was on fire before he just scored, and he's on fire now. He has just scored. This is wonderful. He offers himself, and that is a wonderful turn. And then what about the strike? His weaker left foot, and he gets pure power behind this. I think the goalkeeper may have been unsighted by Lewis Dunk's position. It goes in the near post, but he's beaten for pace, Kasper Ankergren. Wonderful football from Ross McCormack.
And the team are starting to respond. Foul by Darren O'Dea. Free kick Brighton.
Well, again, it's a fairly needless free kick to give away in a dangerous area. It just allows the centre-halves to come up, allows Brighton to try and get some quality into that Leeds penalty area.
Well, there's plenty of depth on it, and it's behind and away. But pressure remains.
Yeah, it needed defending, didn't it, from Johnny House, and he knew mackail-Smith was right behind him.
No doubt about it, it's Brighton's best spell of the match so far.
Yeah, Leeds United, very important 10 minutes coming up for them.
Oh, very nearly a free header at the near post. mackail-Smith is there, super save.
But this is the set piece again, the movement to the near post, nobody in sight. And then it just drops down to mackail-Smith, but credit Andy Lonergan, very sharp and very brave goalkeeping. And that's kept his team with a 2-goal cushion.
Bridcut. Tigerish pressing there from Howson, typifying the Leeds' effort in this first period. Dicker. There's Howson in his way again. Here's Lualua. Super ball in, causing real problems. Lonergan at full stretch goes down, makes the challenge, but the corner had been awarded.
Oh, the crowd are going mad. One or two of the players having a look, because does Andy Lonergan, does he get the ball here, the goalkeeper? No, he catches Craig Noon's ankle, doesn't he? It's a clumsy challenge from the goalkeeper. Do you know what? Dangerously clumsy challenge. I think if the assistant referee is on the right side of this, Brighton may be getting a penalty for that.
Looks a little more relaxed, Maurizio Taricco, than he did on Wednesday night. He had to, because of the suspension for Marcus Painter, named among the substitutes. Here's mackail-Smith! Under 2 minutes into the second half, Craig mackail-Smith strikes. Brighton back in business.
Well, we spoke about Leeds' defensive frailties. Haven't really shown it apart from set pieces, but this here is a Leeds United throw straight to a Brighton player, and there, how on earth Craig mackail-Smith manufactures his way into that position? Well, it simply shouldn't happen. Let's give him a bit of credit. It's a good first touch, but defenders should be doing better. They expose Andy Lonergan, and how about that? That is calmness personified from Craig mackail-Smith, and game on.
Leeds 6 points worse off than Brighton, 3 wins, 3 defeats, and that 1 draw that we saw at West Ham. Here's Vicente. Lualua looking for mackail-Smith, always on the move. That's a very risky challenge, and that is a penalty. The movement of mackail-Smith, too hot for Bromby to handle. He took the bait, and now Brighton get to take the penalty.
Well, it's a rash challenge again. It's not going to get there. Never getting to the ball. As a defender, he's got to stand up. Let mackail-Smith receive the ball with his back to goal, but no, Lee Bromby, big mistake, lunges in when there's no need. And that is a cheap penalty to give away for an experienced player of his stature.
Well, the same man took the penalty that Brighton won here against Liverpool. Ashley Barnes will take it at the same end, looking for the same result.
Well, it was emphatic, wasn't it? Right in the top corner. I'm pretty sure Andy Lonergan will have seen that.
Relatively short run up again from Brighton's top scorer. Barnes scores another penalty. And Brighton, in the first quarter of an hour of this second half, have come from 2 down to level it up.
Well, look at it. They can't get that ball back quick enough. They believe they can win this game. That is unstoppable. Just like Wednesday night, it's a stunning penalty. This time, it may just have more meaning for Brighton and Hove Albion.
A little bit of space for Pugh to try and exploit. And still committing bodies forward here, Leeds. McCormack pulled back just outside the box, just outside.
Well, it's Greer. Really has. That is, again, reluctance to put your foot through the ball and just pulls Ross McCormack's arm. Brighton, it didn't learn from the first half. Both Leeds goals could have been dealt with much earlier. Sometimes, you know, you've just got to put your foot through the ball and clear your lines.
McCormack drills low, and that was not too far away.
We've seen Ross McCormack in those positions before do precisely this, because it only needs a touch off a defender or a striker, and this is in the back of the net. As it stands, it's really good goalkeeping. It's a big, big touch from Kasper Ankergren.
Vicente hoists one up there. Calderon. Mackail-Smith waits in the middle. Mackail-Smith! Well, the big money signing might just have won it for Brighton.
Well, I'm looking at Simon Grayson. He's got his hands on his hips. He cannot believe it, Simon Grayson. He's got to be distraught because his team had this game sewn up. But once again, Calderon does brilliant and then lays it. Now watch Mackail-Smith's movement. He pretends he's going in, then he goes to the near post, and that's what does Lee Bromby. Lee Bromby thinks he's got this ball, but no, Mackail-Smith nips in front of him, and it's a very, very delicate little finish. But Ashley Barnes does well, and that's a super finish from a hungry, hungry striker who may well just have nicked his team 3 points.
Clayton, who were at West Ham when they did earn their point, scored a dramatic late equaliser. Ankergren felt the only way was to punch away, such was the venom on the cross. Hoskins went in but couldn't get it out. Leeds rallying again. White. Vecchio, Forsell, Howson, all the men in the middle. This is Varinan. Saved by Ankergren, followed in, but over the top from Adam Clayton. No dream equaliser this time.
Oh, what a chance. They manipulate the ball really well. It's a really good strike, isn't it, by Varinan. Falls to Adam Clayton on his weaker left foot. They can't divert it on target. Been a good response from Leeds since going behind. This game's been like a roller coaster.
That's a really painful one for Barnes as he clatters into the fence.
Oh, this is where players can't stop on that kind of a surface. Goes onto the concrete, loses his foot in, and oh, well, it could have been worse, I can tell you.
Barnesy on ice. Just a hint of indecision as they waited for Ankergren to come out.
Well, I think that hurt Ashley Barnes, you know. He's still over on that far side, not moving very well. In a bit of pain.
Well, they need him out there. They need him as an outball. As the header's one on by Vecchio. And they've done it! Rare celebrations for Leeds. What a show of character. They look down and out, but in the 3rd minute of added time, Leeds have found the equaliser. 3-3.
Well, we warned Brighton, didn't we? We warned them. We said the one thing that Leeds have got in them is a goal. And this is brilliant play from Johnny Howson. Watch how the midfielder anticipates the drop, bursts onto it, and then he's composed enough to pull that ball back. Right on the spot. Johnny on the spot again. Ross McCormack, but it's brilliant play from Howson. It's a good finish from McCormack. He's never going to miss from there in his rich vein of form, and he's secured a vital point, and look what it means to Simon Grayson.
Well, they're specialising in these late equalisers, Leeds United, when we're watching them on the road this season. 2-2 at West Ham, 3-3 here at Brighton. He took off his shirt amongst the euphoria and earns a yellow card, but he's got his 2 goals here, Ross McCormack. Six goals, ups, downs, ins, outs. It's had it all here at the Amex Stadium tonight, and the honours shared between Brighton and Leeds United. Leeds, who cruised into a 2-goal first half lead by Keogh and McCormack. Brighton, who powered back in the second half. Mackail-Smith with a pair of goals and a Barnes penalty. They looked like they'd won it, but Ross McCormack, in added time at the end of the match, had the final say. So the honours are shared here at the Amex.